a new day, it's a new week, and to the glory of God, the 16th day in the month of December 2024. Wow, I almost say 25. I'm really in a hurry. I want to end this one, but this one will not go without even dropping more for me before we walk into 2025. That's my prayer. I don't know what yours is, but Mahatma Gandhi said something that prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. Prayer is the key of the morning. So have you said any prayer this morning when you woke up? Waking up this morning. How was it like? But no matter how weighty the night might be, the morning will come up light for you. That's my prayer and that's my wish. So as you start up this morning, as you start today, as you rise up, as you decide to take that bold step to go out to seek, you will definitely find. As you knock, doors will be open unto you. And for us who are five-star generals here, it's so wonderful to be here. It's a beautiful moment for me, for myself, for Joy, and all of us here from the studio. And I want to believe you're also experiencing the same thing. So today being Monday, what do you have in store? Do something, move something, go all the way into something meaningful, not negative. Yes, a lot is happening. But in spite of that lot that is happening, pick out the positive side. And I went through a particular paper that said that sometimes in life it's good for you to listen to sad songs. It will actually make you to understand the way life is and understand more how God has been so good to you. So maybe if you do that, you understand and you'll be able to have this gratitude at the bottom of your heart to say, God, I thank you for life. It's Galaxy Television and the program is Something Value. Something Value is a program that is all out to set things in place for you and I, for all of us, from the presenters to all of us here from the studio and to your homes, to your offices, into your lives, to you personally. We want to talk about those things that matters, that help us to start from being single to walk into being with someone and making the right decision, taking the right step. And if there are any flaws, any red flags, you can always have a place to look out for. Those are the things we try to bring to your understanding. And the fact that we're in a civilized and more 21st century kind of thinking, we can always bring back those values and it can still work perfectly without, moving to the right or to the left. My name is Olori Adejoke Adubi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. I'm not going to be running the show alone because I have a darling, beautiful sister sitting right next to me.
Good morning. I'm Joy calls me Mama Gen Z. Always at your introduction.
It's a
always
beautiful vibe.
yes,
I love that.
always at that
It's
one.
beautiful.
Just saying, I'm Joy calls me Mama Gen Z. All right, it's a beautiful morning to be here again, to have this wonderful time with you, our wonderful esteemed viewers. It's always a pleasure when we come on your screen. We are streaming on our YouTube page. Please go to our YouTube channel so that you can watch us live. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. Like I used to say, a very big shout out to our Star Times family. And if this is the first time you're seeing this pretty face on your screen, I am Princess Joy Ayo Abu. Yeah, how you doing? How you preparing for the season? Next week is Christmas, whether you like it or not. We'll be shouting Merry Christmas from here. So it's going to be a wonderful week. Stay tuned with us. Promises to be give.
Okay, so do you have any birthday shout out? Yeah, I want to say birthday shout out to a 2-year-old. Okay. His name is Munachi Samuel. Munachi Samuel, happy 2nd year birthday to you. Pray you continue to grow in God's goodness and love surrounding you and understanding life as it comes.
Well, I don't have a birthday shout out, but I want to say thank you to everyone who went to camp, who made it to Shiloh,
yes, so
and who are on their way back to their destinations.
Yes,
last week, this past 1 week was really a very hectic spiritually loaded, choked everywhere. Both ends of Lagos, Ibadan, this side and on the other side.
The most interesting part of it is there was no traffic.
Yes, that's because everything went smoothly, and
even on Abeokuta Express,
where I was even expecting there was going to be a lot of traffic,
because
because I think I asked my dad, was like, no, there was no traffic, so
beautiful.
it's wonderful, because times like these, years back, it's always very, very jam packed,
and you'll be discouraged.
You'll be so discouraged going to the camp.
It's so good. It's so good. It's good to
see
you, man.
Good to see you too. At least some people's voice is gradually returning back to
normal.
So we saw you for shouting there.
Yes, I'm inviting you. Come to my carol.
So you better,
it's going to be lovely.
You better keep taking your warm.
Even our guest, she has to come. See, she has not traveled.
She will run.
Anyway, it's time for us to go for a mini feature, because we have a guest in the house and she's already seated. She wants to, and when she's here, she will bamboo so sweet. Oh my God. Just wait for it, because she's going to be right here. Let's go for a mini feature. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. It's still Family and Values. And this morning, can two broken partners heal themselves and find love again? Can two broken partners from different relationships, a man and a woman, a male or female, coming from two different points, cardinal points of life, with a broken heart, a broken situation whereby I don't think I can trust any man again. I don't think I can ever forgive, or I don't think I can ever, like that. And now they're coming, meeting up. And from being friends, maybe at work or maybe at academic advancement in life, decide to come, oh, hi, hello. You started like that, and from friends. And you just started having this feeling. But you still have that thing at the bottom of your heart. Do you think they can come together and find love again? That's what we'll be discussing this morning. And I brought no other person. We have no other person to discuss this with us, because she will hit the nail on the head the way it is. Abijoy, I like
very rarely.
So this morning, on my last day today, I brought Oluwatumise. I love calling her name Oluwatumise. Her name is Tumise, but Oluwatumise. Oladapo Kuku. She is a mental health
It's the way
advocate.
She calls the Oladapo Kuku.
She's a mental health advocate. She is a life coach, and she also a writer and author. So good to have you.
I like the way you said that, Arthur.
Yeah, it just reminds you. The second book is coming. So the moment she just said that author, it just resonated with you. Like you need to go back and complete it.
It's actually almost ready. I think I need to hear that.
You needed to hear that, right?
It's so good to have you this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Shoot with your questions.
Why do I feel like anytime she comes, I guess to just say, she has come again.
Get ready.
All I've been to just say, she has come again.
You're going to be having a session, a time to call in on this program from time to time. So just get ready. It's going to be very few minutes, like 2, 3, 4 calls. If you are very good with call, don't start going to round.
If you can bottom line.
Go hit the nail on the head. So I want to ask, can you help us with what it means to have a broken partners in relationship? What does it mean?
Broken.
We're all broken.
I said it now.
We're all broken.
I heard it.
We're all broken. You say can two work together? Of course, the Bible is my reference, and what I'm hearing is can two work together?
I agree.
And interestingly, when I saw this topic, I saw one of the posts I put back maybe around 2010 on Facebook, and what I wrote there was, I think me thinks that unequally yoked is not about religion or faith. It goes beyond that. I'll start with a friend today was once a stranger.
A friend today was a stranger.
Yeah. So why do we get into a relationship and think that the stranger that you met is gonna be perfect? No, it's not gonna happen. We're all evolving. We're all in different phases of life. and you don't even understand. You don't know. You don't know where the stranger is coming from. So the question here is, when you start finding out, when you start um opening yourself like an onion bulb in that relationship. I'm not even talking a romantic relationship. I'm talking
Yeah,
general relationship. Then you
relationship.
begin to think, oh, is this person does this person align with my values, or does his or her values align with mine?
Mm.
Are we going towards the same destination? And okay, so if we're going towards the destination, the questions that what they call it these days, red flag, because everybody has red flag.
Red flags.
But these, are these the things that I can, the compromises that I can make? Because what is a compromise for you might not be for me.
Sure.
So, so the questions this person is bringing to the table are these questions I'm willing to hold their hands and answer with them, and will they be able to answer my own life questions too? Yeah. So yeah, is this possible? All broken. Well, all broken.
I think
The moment you just said we are all broken, I started laughing
All
because
broken.
now, but let me ask this: in the midst of our brokenness, as all of us are broken, can love thrive without healing personally? Now, let me say this: let's assume partner A has healed completely and is seeking for love, or let's say has healed to that point. Let me not use complete because before you come for me,
Yeah. How you
has
go
healed to that point. Okay, I can give love a try. And then partner B is still down there, still not. And partner A is saying, I have gotten to that point that my love can carry both of us. So can love thrive even when the person has not healed personally?
Okay, so I'm so sorry what I'm going to say now, but I'll say it anyways. The love that you need is not with your partner,
Mm.
it's with you. And the higher power, the anchor you have in the higher power, in God, however way you believe God, or the higher power. You and I, all of us here, I believe God through Christ and all that, but then we know that is not everyone. So where is your anchor? How do you understand love?
Yeah.
Because the models that were supposed to be love to you were not good models to you, and then you're beginning to question and all that. So your partner is not the source of your happiness. Your partner is not the source of your joy. Your partner is not the source of love for you. So even while we are all trying to work together in love to show a better model to the next generation, there should be times in a relationship where people would love they would heal differently. And in a relationship we are all on a journey. So when one person is a goat, the other person is a sheep. When one, and then that shifts. So what then happens, or what should be happening, is how present are you in that relationship to know whether right now you are the one who is healing, and whether the other person is the one that is healing. So it is a dance. Actually, it's a dance between two. It's a dance between two people, two very present and aware people. Okay, am I in a place to take this now? Because people want relationships secured in the bag and all that. It's not going to happen. And I'm sure we're watching. My husband was like, because we're watching the movie. Of course, almost everybody has seen Seven Doors yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to my husband, I am going to use this movie as an example for this topic today. Because if you look at of course everybody was seeing the epicness of the movie.
Of the movie.
I was singing the mental health questions in the movie, that could have affected the relationship and all that. And what came up for me, especially with the healing thing that we're talking about, the king did not know certain things about his stories of origin.
Yeah.
his woman was ready to walk with him
Away.
all the way, but he also had a question. There was a niggling question in his guts that said, "Oh, I shouldn't take this." But if love is going to carry me there and she's going to be there with me, and then they went together. And of course, we all know what happened during the traditional rites and all of that, and then they bring it out one by one what you should be doing, and the things that and it's having a devastating effect on the relationship. And then he finds out that he has to open 7 doors. Yoruba is very euphemistic. I love Yoruba. It has to open 7 doors, and then he has to fight this battle. And did you see the dance?
No.
The dance in that relationship. But you guess what? Because they had a relationship
Before the royalty came in.
Before royalty came in, he was willing. You know, he actually told the 7 ladies to go, and then he came back. What happened when they came back? They had gotten to a point that they had resolved. The woman knew that this was going. She had already lost the child. I told him to come. I supported him to come. She wanted to live, but this is our journey.
Yeah. And I have said I will be
And
with
the
you.
moment she came to the realization and compromise, what happened? Things started to change.
That's
So-
how it should be.
That's how relationship.
It
It's a
helped.
dance.
It's a dance.
It's a dance. There's no one that's completely healed. There's no one. A lot of people have just gotten to a point where they know the triggers and they know, like the people will say, Majamasa.
No,
You know when to withdraw from a
From
war.
a war, yes,
know
and
when
when
to
to
fight.
continue.
Just
Yeah,
that. So-
yeah.
when to run.
That's
You know
exactly
when to
what a
run.
relationship is like. Why do we get into a relationship? You chase this lady. You were making calls. You were making calls, midnight calls. You're not
Midnight.
making midnight calls. That just tells you how old all of us here are. We're doing midnight free calls.
MTN free calls.
Yeah.
We're doing midnight calls and all of that, and then you get married. You're no longer chasing each other.
What happened?
Happened? You're not curious. Once curiosity dies,
It's over.
it's over.
Wow.
Okay.
Once curiosity dies,
Oh,
it's
no.
over.
Let's go for
Curiosity
our
dies,
word
it's
on Marble.
over.
We need to go for this break. We'll take our word on Marble, and we'll take our Vox for, and we'll be right back because we still have questions. You know, Majamasa. Okay. She has given you, I won't tell you. So go back. You need to watch. Let's stay tuned for our word on Marble and our Vox for. Right back. Stay tuned.
If the person is willing to move past all of that and the person is willing to, overcome that, I can walk through the process with the person. So, yes, no problem.
Yes, I can. I can because, first off, the person is a human. I don't really care about the broken or obviously being traumatized. Everybody has past and stuff like that, you get. So I feel that's just my own opinion. I can date a broken person.
It depends though, because sometimes we just need to heal together and stuff. So yeah, sometimes some people just need like a support, Then maybe just healing together is very good. That's what I know. Healing together is very good. So yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Oh, welcome back. You see that guy dodging his face. He said, I can. Yeah. Anyway, everybody has got their own way of doing things. So before we went on that break, we've been discussing with Oluwatomise Oladapo. She is a mental health advocate, an author, and also a life coach. And she's also a media person. And she's a media practitioner. Let me put it that way. Anything media, Atomishi. So you said something before we went on that break.
And I would like to clear.
Curiosity.
Once curiosity dies, the relationship is over. Now, when I say curiosity, I'm not saying nosing in each other's phones.
Start checking the phones.
No, or
Check his
you're
kids.
no longer curious about how this person is growing.
The goals, the
The
vision,
goals, the visions, the good
yeah,
thing,
if
the
you're not,
positive
you're
side
not
of
longer,
life.
you know,
interested
curiosity that
in
was
The
making you
success of
stay
mm,
on those long calls.
calls.
It was curiosity that was making
No,
you
he's
write
going
letters.
to call me. I'm sure by
It's
this time.
curiosity when that begins to die, and then you settle into familiarity. You get, of course, when familiarity ends, we take things for granted, and that will happen in a relationship. Let me just tell you that straight. It will happen in any relationship because we will take things for granted. It is the okay. It looks like I'm a Yoruba girl today. It's the person that we are sleeping by that you will
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
that you will hit.
Tí
You
a
know,
bá sùn tí la máa ń
I'm a
jarun
Jaropa. Look, so there's no how you would not you will not cross the lines of familiarity that those things will happen. The question now is, do you then sit down and say, oh, because you might be so elevated, you have worked on yourself so much, like you're so elevated, and your partner is still like 20% or 10% behind you. And so your sense of awareness should be able to tell you that this person is still coming, and then it doesn't mean that you slow down your rate of growing, but don't forget that you also were there.
One time.
You were in that place that
In
they
that
are now. That you are
place.
now, that you're seeing it as bad now, as bad in quotes. Now you're judging it bad now, is because you have learned from it. You have learned from it to change your behavior. But this person has not learned. It does not make the person bad. It just means that this person is a slow burner, and it's going to get. So by the time they get to where you are, they begin to see it from again. It's a dance.
It's a dance.
It's a dance.
So we've been talking about two broken partners coming together to find love again. That's what our discussion is. And so, Tumisha, I want to add, what boundaries are important during the healing process? Apart from therapy, what other means? What are those?
Permission, Mr. Kuku. Apart from therapy, communication. There's no reason to talk with people's head. I'll use myself as an example. Myself and my partner. Like I said it 1,000,001 times that we were friends before, like a year or two before, and we knew each other's broken stories. We knew each other's broken stories, but we would sit as friends. Oh, okay, this is what you're going through. Oh, yeah, and then we'll just talk and just encourage one another. So that has set a tone. And we knew what we wanted. Each person knew what they wanted in the relationship and what they didn't want. And when he was saying to me, he was saying to me as a friend, not as a partner. And when I was saying to him, I was saying to him as a friend and not as a partner. So when the relationship evolved into a romantic relationship, we knew the things we knew the boundaries not to cross. So the question for me when people come to my coaching table and they have this kind of questions is like, okay, I know that what people say now is what you bring on the table. No, before when you were doing talking stage, was it only have you eaten? Did you wear clothes that you were talking about? Did you have conversations?
Did you have conversations?
And it's not about, are we going to be 50-50? You will know via that conversation that you are having whether you're going to be doing 50-50, whether this girl has daddy issues, whether the man has what we call Oedipus complex, mommy issues. I didn't want to say mommy issues, but hey, that's what it is. Whether this person has okay, so for Oedipus complex, let me just break it down. For those of us who have read Olaro interpretation of Oedipus Rex, that is the gods are not to blame, where they said there was a prophecy that he was going to marry his mother and kill his father. So that's basically what the love for the mother, that's basically what Oedipus complex is. So these are conversations that you should have. Yes, if you can afford therapy, go to therapy, but talk therapy between yourselves, understanding, and not using "Babi mo se wa, babi mo se ri," if you don't using that I'm not using it as a crutch. It's okay to say this is how I am. It's okay, but I'm willing to change another question. Right? Because what exactly is mental health? It's the thoughts in your head, the emotions in your heart, and your behaviors. Are they working together to give you the life that you envision yourself to be living? So if your thoughts in your head, the emotions in your heart, and your behaviors are not in sync, that's a question.
Okay, now you see, when we are talking about this, but how advisable is it for one to transit into another relationship so quickly? Now, even with the brokenness, and how do you know that you're healed? Now, that question is kind of personal. How do you know that you're healed to transit into another relationship?
So I'm not one to do how-tos or I don't know how to do it. Like I just give you, because there's no blanket. We're human beings. We're extremely fluid. Your level of resilience is not mine. The things, I don't know the story of origin. I don't know your story of origin. I don't know how nature has worked for you. All right. So what I say all the time when I'm asked this kind of questions, this question is the two men. One man that doesn't drink at all, and one man that drinks all the time. And you ask them the question, why don't you drink? They're brothers. Why don't you drink at all? Because all I saw my father did was drink. And the other guy who drinks, why do you drink? Oh, because all I saw my father do was drink. It's the same answer.
Coming from brothers. It's the same answer. So if I give a backhand answer to that, I'm not doing anybody a
one
service.
sees the father speaking and decides to go in that
and
lane.
sees as an irresponsible.
My father was like drinking.
He was enjoying himself.
So when I want to answer the question that you asked me, what I will be saying is that the self-awareness is the opium to everything that you have. It's the drug you have to take to everything, because when you are aware you belong to yourself, you understand. I dare say there's no one you cannot date. I dare say, I stand corrected, but you won't know your limits, you know your boundaries, you know what you can take, you know the compromises, because you already are in tune with your values. You already are in tune. Just that. You're already in tune with your values, you're already in tune with your questions, you have answered majority of your questions, you have an idea how you will answer certain questions. You also are wise enough to say to yourself that I am not totally there yet.
I'm still walking
but I am willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn. All right. So when people say, "Oh, wait 6 months before the next relationship," or wait 1 month before the next relationship, hey, there's sovereignty. There's the power of sovereignty. You can get out of a relationship today, and as you're working out of that heartbreak, and no, I'm not trying to be, it's not because I'm a writer or anything. Are you working out of that heartbreak? You get to the bus stop, you meet someone
who is
who you've always wanted, and you're ready.
And that person is going to work into your brokenness and bring you out of that brokenness. And you'll be perfect. Psychology, I think I was listening to one podcast with Trevor Noah and Esther Farrell, and she's a psychiatrist, she's a relationship expert and a psychiatrist, I think, psychotherapist, and said you can fall in love 3 times. So do you want to fall in love 3 different times, or you want to fall in love with this person 3 times?
It's an option.
Loving someone is attending the thousands of rebirths, thousands of naming ceremony that this person will give themselves. That is what loving is. Because the person you met at 16 is not the person at 18. Because life would have happened. And you that were 18, when you met the person that was 16, you definitely are not. So, how willing are you to attend this person's naming ceremony from time to time? Yeah.
Hey, don't hit them. Okay. You know,
You said 6 questions. I think we're still on 4. Fine. Yeah, let's go.
You know, family and value is very dear to our president, Chief Steve Ojo, and that's why Monday is always for those who are yet to be married, who are matured, and that's why we're discussing this. And there was a time we discussed the situation whereby falling in love with someone who's broken. I think we discussed that 2 or 3 weeks ago. Why did I come up with that? Because angling a damaged partner, our young ones don't see. Just like the example you just said, you may be out of a relationship right now, and suddenly by the time you get out the road, you meet someone who would, you know, it will just sink into that square peg and it will fit, and you're like, why have I waited? You said one can fall in love 3 times, like, you know, the analysis. Now, what practical steps can help one to work together? Yeah, we're too broken. I want to agree, just like say we're all broken. Someone was coming from a rich family, but the parents were not there, and so missed his or her step to understand what love is all about, parenting and all of that you missed that. That's someone who is broken also. That person is broken. Now you're meeting a lady who is coming from a low background, far from how you started your life, and now you are meeting, and it seems from, you know, a stranger, love comes in. How can you heal together? Just like the example you gave about
First things
yourself.
first, as individuals, define what love means to you. What love means to me is not what. What is love? Do you want to define love?
I want to find love. I want to define love.
Do you want to define
Love is a feeling that you have.
You feel it when you're feeling.
You know,
Yeah,
feeling
define
that
love.
comes
I
from
think for
you.
me, love has to do with emotional bonding with one another.
And for me, love is an action word.
Okay.
You act it.
Love is an action word. For God so loved
That he gave.
Every day. So what can you give to get love?
That is me. Yeah, that is my definition. So, to every still listening now, if you're not in a relationship yet, or you're trying to get into a relationship, or, you know, take a pen. I mean it. Take a pen. You can write it on your note, but I think it's just more personal when you take a pen. Take a pen and write details, like, to me, this is how I want to be loved. This is what love means. Then I want. This is how. Define the how. Define the why. Define the when. When you know your definition of love, not what society has told you, not what Nollywood, Hollywood, you know, in defining your definition of love, remember that you're looking at your stories of origins. Looking at
Very important.
you're very, very important. Are you going to tailor the way you were loved to how your parents were loved? They loved themselves or did not love themselves, or do you want to do differently than them? How differently do you want to do it than your parents did it, or the people that are your, you know, at this point, and you can read Beyond Feelings. Daniel has that. That's his new book, Beyond Feelings, and it is because the feelings will go. I can assure you. I can assure you that the feelings will go. If children don't come, what will happen? See, okay, let me put myself out there, just for the sake of this conversation. I remember when we were in counseling, because I've always been, you know, this. I run every day. I've always been a fit person, but because I've seen my mother, I've seen my grandmother, I've seen on both sides. I knew that the possibility that I was not going to forever be slim was there. And you also have seen my husband, yeah. But when we were in counseling, I was this very slim, but my bones are huge. And I remember the counselor saying to my husband, there then when we were because we were in a class, and then he looks at him, the geologist. He looks at my husband and said, "I hope this woman is gonna be big."
I remember you mentioned that.
I hope you know this woman is gonna be big. I don't want to question that she give birth to you finish now.
She's
And
too
in my
big
head,
for me.
even me that they were telling us in my head, me that I run how many kilometers a day, you know, anymore. There are going to be seasons. You cannot see the end of the seasons. You can't. So why are we preparing for what is uncertain? Right? Don't prepare for what is uncertain. So the only practical tool I give to you, define what love means to you, and be ready to be fluid when things don't go that way. Have a conversation with your partner, and then renegotiate your relationship at every step, because you're going to be different people at every phase. Yeah.
Okay, you've been talking about societal that now. What is the societal expectations when it comes to this kind of a relationship where you have now? I'll take it from a point of two single people. One is single, and it's obvious, it's known, just like a case I read of a single mom of 4 kids getting married to a single guy. Completely single guy, and everybody, they were talking, she used charm, she did this, she did that. What's always the societal expectations when it comes to scenarios like this? Because it just from what you've said, it just meant that the single mom just walked into someone who appreciated her, despite the fact that she had 4 kids. So for her, as far as she was concerned, she was never married. This is now she's married. Now what is the societal expectations in all? Because society will always talk, and they will always come. Society will always play.
Stigmatization and talks and
How do I answer this one without? Because I won't say no to tradition. Tradition is there for a reason. More so for a reason, and their guidances and all that. But after all is said and done, between both of you. It's between both of you. I was already working, for example, when I met my husband. Again, I like to give practical examples. So I was already working as a contract staff at Lagos State Radio Services, and I was in Ife. We were both in Ife. And someone, and of course, because I was in the media, you know what, and someone very close to us, a friend very close to us, you know, I just started hearing whispers that, you know, this relationship can't last 3 months because I'm in the media. And the person gave in fact, by the time I heard the details, I heard details of the gist. I knew exactly who had said it. And I walked up to the person. They gave us 3 months. They gave Bumi and I 3 months. It's 18 years married in 2 weeks. In a week. In 23 years, 24 years together. Again, it comes to the 2 people. I am not saying it was perfect. I was not saying I did not. There were not times that prophecy
was almost coming to realization.
But one person would say,
somebody said something. So
do you want this
prophecy? Yeah,
you know. And I'm not saying that there were not times that he didn't have, and I was like, okay.
You know, they said, let us twist it, return back.
Are we going to see? On the day we're getting married, our friends were shaking like, are you guys sure that, because we're just too very, we just didn't want, like, we didn't listen. Well, I'm not saying we didn't listen, we didn't listen to the noise of the negativity.
Yes. Your mind is set on.
Do you understand? My mother, I remember my mother waking up to my room before we got married, and she was like, "Hey, it's Michelle, you know," and then she just said, "I thank you for not finishing that statement." Yeah, because I'd always said to her, "Don't come to me and say, oh, men are the same," because that's where all this drama is coming from.
Yeah.
Mothers telling their daughters,
all men are the same.
Fathers telling their sons,
all
"It's only
men.
money, you know, that you will be remote, it's only money, you know, just providing."
making their mind to be polluted.
And I said to her, "Thank you for not saying it." And this is the reason. And I said to her, "Your duty as my mother is to guide me. I'm not saying that I will not make mistakes, but I want to know that you are there
When you come home, when those mistakes are
when
made.
the mistakes are made, you know that." There's a reason that the scripture says a man and a woman lives, and then they cleave. They are together. It's not saying that the parents are, you know, they're still there, advisory roles and all that, and the society is their advisory roles. But when push comes to shove, it is between the two people in the relationship.
Yeah.
I have said it on this show before. Your relationship has a DNA. Conduct a paternity test on your relationship.
On your relationship. Yeah.
Yes, you know, your relationship
Conduct a paternity
You just need to go
test.
through that paternity test, look at it, check it, left, right, center, the two of you together, not just one person.
To be
so that
sure.
it will make a
Together
whole lot
and
of meaning.
individually.
Together
and individually. Because so then you can now compare notes. This is how, because we tend to love people the way we want to be loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we leave the other person.
And then we leave the person hanging.
Yeah, for example, I'm a gifter, so I will gift the whole. My husband isn't a gifter; he's a hugger. I'm not. You know, but we have to get. I know I love to hug, but the
and she's the same person that wants to miss it. She'll send you the message. I did not receive the hug. What happened?
So we have to understand this and dance with one another. The things I see things on social media, I'm like, these things are supposed to be things that you just laugh about. They're bigger issues. Bigger issues. I'm not saying
concerned about.
I literally heard my husband my head and say, there are bigger issues than the things that was social media. There are bigger issues in a relationship. Okay, let me paint the worst case scenario. You married a perfect, and this woman is still perfectly figure eight and all that, and you married a buffed man, and then there's a reason sickness and health is there. Did you plan sickness and health?
No.
You didn't plan it.
Yeah, you didn't plan. You didn't plan sickness and health. Conduct a DNA test for your relationship individually and together. It's very important. So it will help you understand where you're going. And please, in all you do, just like our guests have said, at the end of the day, it's the both of you. Shut the society out of it. Understand your relationship. Thank you for being a part of Family and Value this morning. I am Princess Joy Abu. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow is going to be security tips for this Yuletide season. What are those security tips? Check your ATM. Don't go and start looking for a roof and be going to different apps to get one thing or the other. Also, your automated machine. What time do you go? I'm just late. It's dark. There is no light there, and you still want to go. God will keep protecting each and every one of us. So we're talking about security tips on how you manage yourself this Yuletide season and what you need to do if you're traveling at night. Okay, you have it. You need to conduct a paternity test on your relationship. And it's very good the two of you look at it. You also stay aside and check yourself. Think about it and think of where you're coming from, how you have managed it, and where you are. Whether you still want to continue it or you still want to be there to continue to move forward with a relationship. We're not perfect. Everyone is broken. Like our guest said, everyone is broken. My name is Rumino Luradejo David. On behalf of everyone that we've had today's show together, I want to say a big thank you. God bless you. And to all our crew, thank you for being there. We love you. Have a splendid day. Bye for now.